I'm definitely not the first person to have these done. So this is the complete Swamp Thing run by Alan Moore, um, by Spink and Thackray, and these are quarter bound books. So you can have the full graphic cover, which is like this finish but all over. You can have half bound, where it's a cover like picture like this on the front and on the back, and then you can have quarter bound, where it's only on the front and the rest has this cloth binding. Now I did speak when I ordered the cloth binding. I had a separate message from them, from a lady who deals with the stamping, and I went through everything that was going to go on the spines. However, when they've come, she's completely missed off Alan Moore's name. I don't really know what to say about that. It's not a game. It doesn't, it's not a game changer or a deal breaker, but a little bit disappointing that she's completely missed the name off. But I can live with it. I've got his name on the front. So this collects the 6-issue run of Saga of the Swamp Thing. I've made these. I printed these off. These are just sort of like introduction pages. I've got one in each book. A nice Bernie Wrightson illustration, and then I've also put these black dividers in again, like I did with the Daredevil book. And then I've printed off introduction title pages to each book. This one's called Saga of the Swamp Thing, Book 1. Depending which set of trade paperbacks you get, they're either going to be called Saga of the Swamp Thing Book 2, Book 3, or they actually have, each book actually has its own name. So, for instance, Book 2 was actually called Love and Death. It was quite tricky to get all 6. It's not the easiest to find now, to find all 6 names of these. Book 3 is The Curse. Very nicely bound. Just an incredible story, and an incredible part of comic history as well. The movement of the British talent that was part of 2000 AD, being poached by DC, and just Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. It's arguably changed the course of comics from that point onwards. This is volume 2. So another Bernie Wrightson title page, and then book 4. So we're going into book 4, A Murder of Crows, and then book 5, Earth to Earth, and then we've got the last book, if I can find it. And I'm struggling to find it. Where's book 6? Five. There we go. Book 6, Reunion. Now, because these are custom binds, and you can pretty much do whatever you want with a custom bind, add whatever you want. I've also included a bonus section, which just contains the annual number 4. It's not Alan Moore, but it just has a brilliant story in it where Batman tries to rescue a guy from a skyscraper who's been infected, and as he tries to get the guy down, the guy's his body has been completely taken over by a fungus, and it literally just falls to pieces on him, and these spores infect Batman and gets into his body. And even though he gets back to the Batcave and he gives himself a sort of a shower in heat that burns all the infections off his skin, it's got into his bloodstream, and basically Batman is stuffed. And the only possible way he's got to survive is if he can somehow find Swamp Thing. Just an excellent little story to add to the end. Very nice set. Volume 1 and 2. Like I said, not the first person to do this, but yeah, definitely worth doing this for such an amazing story and an amazing piece of comic history.